Self-portrait. What are they gonna be, selfies? No. 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 I am done. Paid for this. I'm not paid for this! Well, I'm not really not. That's not my. Hello there, friends. Infinity Stuff here. Welcome to the first episode of Tactical Terror, where I teach you the best ways how to defeat a hard, weird, or just completely insane enemy from your favorite video games, or maybe it's just least favorite or kind of moderate. It's really just dependent. You know. Today, since literally everyone and their parents made a video on how to kill a guardian, and since they're actually pretty easy to kill, we're gonna do the Lynel from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Before we start to kill these things, let's give you a bit of information on this thing. The first video game that they were ever featured in was actually the original Legend of Zelda game for the NES, which is kind of weird, right? Especially since there was a large gap between when we actually saw these guys in a video game. Before we saw them return in A Link Between Worlds, we last saw them in Oracle of Ages /Seasons for the Game Boy Color. Just think of that, 3DS to Game Boy Color. Pretty large gap, if you ask me. Yeah, so these guys are pretty unknown to the average 3D Zelda fan. Hey, it could be worse. We could be talking about the CDI games. Still give me nightmares. Lynel usually stayed the same between the 2D Zelda games, with them basically having two different attributes that made them pretty hard to deal with. In Breath of the Wild, you can find them in most regions of the world, but is most commonly found in an area with a lot of spoilers, and since this game is still pretty new, I'm not gonna say where it is. So, in this game, there are many different kinds of Lynel, like the 2D games. Now, enough talking about the history, let's murder these fools. Let's get to killing these guys! Now, before you rush into battle like some sort of robotic dog, Mega Man, or anyone, you should know how these guys take effects. They don't. From my experiences, the only way I actually caused one of these guys to get an effect is spoilers in a couple of seconds, using one of the Divine Beast powers that caused electricity when you do a spinning attack. This means no ice or fire effects will be inflicted on these guys. From the 5 melee weapons types in Breath of the Wild, which are swords, spears, what I call big hitters, boomerangs, and clubs, I recommend using 3 of them. A spear, a sword, and a big hitter. Also have a bow on you, and a lot of bomb arrows. And when I say a lot, I just don't mean a little lot, I mean a lot of these. These guys get stunned from bomb arrows, so this is useful as other ways to stun these guys instead of inflicting status effects onto them with fire arrows or ice arrows or electric arrows. Never use anything wood on these guys since they usually have a lot of fire attacks, and I just want to tell you, wood plus fire doesn't help. Some more tips when fighting these guys is to hide from them and try to sneak up from behind. This will cause them to be very confused on where you are going, so, you know, yeah, it's pretty good of an attack. This can cause them also a lot of horrible damage. Use your environment when attacking as well. I mean by hiding yourself if there's a place to hide, or use boulders if there is boulders nearby. With that said, I am going to tell you how I killed the silver variant of the Lynel. So I had 2 experience with these guys at this point of recording. Let's do this. If there's any way you can try to get these guys from above, then do that. If not, just spam those Bomb arrows! If he attacks you in any way, run like a cuckoo on milk. Then if he's still at a far away distance, keep spamming those bomb arrows, please. Try to strike you with his sword, try to jump back and do a fury attack. This can cause him to have massive amounts of damage loss, and will benefit you in a lot of ways. Any chance you have to fury attack. Anyways, if he doesn't run up to you, then I'd recommend trying to run and hide. If you do that, first switch to the spear. First, charge up your spear, and if you are lucky enough to get a way to electrify your spear, then this will electrify him and cause him to get stunned. Quickly, switch to the big hitter and do massive amount of damage to this fool. Not to get hit by him if you try to charge attack again. If you do get hit by him while you're charging up your attack, I would recommend charging up your attack from a farther distance, or just, in this case, spam the bomb arrow. Side note, during these recordings, he tried to attack me through a wall, and I think the number one rule for attacking would be, not to try to fight someone through a solid object. Be sure to have food on you during this whole fight, since he does a lot of damage to you, and I mean a lot. I also recommend having a berry on you, and spoilers in a couple of seconds, when you get the Divine Beast from the Zora, I would have that charged up too. You could certainly try to mount these guys and try to get some hits on him, but in this footage I couldn't get it. I could only get it on the weaker Lynel, like the blue ones. So just keep repeating these steps until death. Like, if he tries to attack you from a close distance, try to fury attack him or just slice back. And if you're at a far distance, just spam the bomb arrows. Once dead, first, maniacally laugh. Then, pick up all the items that he has dropped. When the items come out of the Lynel, it really just depends which Lynel it is. Most of the time, it will drop its weapon, which could be a shield, bow, etc. The one I killed dropped Lynel horns, Lynel hooves, Lynel guts, because who doesn't want guts? Materials, this one was rubies, topaz, sapphire, and diamond, and a really rare item called the star fragment, which can be used to upgrade amiibo given gear. Here are some key takeaways from killing these guys. One of them is running and gunning. So basically, in other words, you're gonna want to run and shoot bomb arrows. A lot. This, as I keep saying, the bomb arrows will have effects that will stun him. Another one would be using your environment for your advantage. Since, if you don't, you wouldn't be able to hide, and really, probably just easier to die that way. Also, try to fury attack when you can, or you'll be DED dead. Spoilers in a couple of seconds again, but remember also to have the power of the Goron shield charged up from the Divine Beast, because it's an automatic shield basically, so, can't go wrong with that. Basically, that's how you kill the Lynel from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. These Deku scrubs had no chance against the Infinity Stuff. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more tactical terror, leave a comment below on what you want to see, and give it a thumbs up this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and if you like my beautiful voice. And remember to stay fresh and have a breathing dash rolling time. Goodbye!